Hello YouTube, how's it going? This is DRH Elucidations with another C++ Xcode tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be making a tic-tac-toe game. Yes, a tic-tac-toe game in C++. So, let us get started. In today's video, we'll get started making the board, right? Can't really have tic-tac-toe without a board. That would be a little bit strange, I suppose. So let's make the board. So what we have here is we've just opened up a C++ file here in Xcode, and we have the bare bones, right? We've got the int main function, with the return statement there. So let's build upon that now, shall we? Now, if you don't know how to download Xcode or get it set up, please refer back to my previous tutorial. But today we're going to be building upon this basic structure here. So first things first, let us include our ISO stream in here. Yeah, so we're going to include the ISO stream. So we're going to do the hashtag symbol, our pound, right? And we're going to include ISO stream. Alright. That should do it. Very good, very good. Oh, I misspelled that, looks like. Oh, iOS stream. Let me do that. There we go. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to start making some variables here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make our board variable first off. We're going to make it the character data type. And we're going to call this guy board. And let's give it some parameters here. So we're going to do that. Give it some structure here. And then we're going to want to open up our curly braces here. Our curly braces. And let's do 2 of those. Okay. So now what we're going to do, oops, we'll do single quotes. Going to do that. And we're going to come over here, we're going to comma that. And we're just going to keep this going. We're going to keep this going. Oops, we don't want a semicolon there. We do use semicolons a lot, but not right there. Alright. So let's go for that. Alright, perfect. So what we're going to want to do, we're just going to let's just copy this little snippet here, because we can just reuse this for the rest of this variable, and put a comma there, of course, and another comma there. And what we're gonna do is just change that to 4, change this to 5, 6, and you can kind of see the pattern here, what this is going to be, obviously. Alright. And of course, yeah, that should be fine. And we're gonna come here, and now it should be the appropriate time to add the semicolon. Let's see. Okay, perfect. It let us go free this time. Alright, so now these next 2 variables aren't really necessary for what we're going to be doing in this part of the tutorial. This is going to be a multi-part series here, so this isn't necessarily for this part, but I figure we can include them anyway, just so that they're established here. So let's add another character data type. We're going to call this guy current marker. This is going to be for when we add the place markers in the game, so the X and the O. So that's what that's going to be for. And obviously integer, we're going to add an integer data type variable. We're going to call this guy current player, and as you can guess, that's going to have to do when we get to the player mechanics later on in this tutorial for a future video. Alrighty, so now let us get started. So let's make our function here. We're going to call this guy void, so he doesn't return a value back to us. We're going to call him draw board. Right. Alright, cool. Curly braces. Gotta have them. And right here, what we're going to be doing in this function is, like I said, we're just making the skeleton, the structure of the game itself, the board functionality, and we're going to test that out too. So first, let us have the program print out, stdc out, like we do here in C++, and let's give it some white space right off the bat. A little bit of white space there. And what we're going to do is then, oops, space, there we go, that's what we wanted. Alright, let's add something else here too. We're going to bring that board variable into play here. Right. And inside of these braces here, we're just going to do 0 and 0. Right? Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add what you call a pipe. So that, if you've ever seen that symbol right there, this symbol, this is what you call pipe. Anyway, so we're going to add that. And as we move further along, you're going to kind of see how you can visualize this. Alright, so now we can just, we could really just copy this, honestly. And just paste that over here. The only thing we're going to do is just change that to a 1. And there you go. And really what we could have done is we could have copied the pipe as well, but it's okay. Doesn't take too much to write that in. And then last but not least, we're going to add one more of these boards here. These board snippets. Oh. Grab that, paste that back in. Obviously, the next thing we're going to do is just change that 1 to a 2. And, yep, there we go. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to type in std, and we're going to call this guy end line, semicolon, of course. So the end line, so this is just going to allow it to create a new line, essentially. Help keep everything look neat looking. So we'll have that. Let's come down here. Let's have the computer, the program rather, print something else out for us. So we're going C out. And what we're going to do for this one is we're going to have it print out just a straight line, really. So let's see, let's try about 10. Let's try about 10 of those. And this is where the design part of it comes into play. You're going to see this more clearly when we actually print out the board. But this is where you'll see that. So we're going to go over here and we're going to type that in, right? This is also kind of an inline as well, but it's a bit different from the inline up here. But let's go over here and we'll hit the semicolon. And now all we have to do, now that we have this basic structure, is we can just copy this 2 more times. And we'll paste that. And we'll paste that. So now we have to differentiate this, obviously. So this time, this is going to be a 1. This is also going to be a 1. And last but not least, that is also going to be a 1. And obviously, I'm sure you can guess here this is going to be a 2. This is also going to be a 2, and that, of course, is going to be a 2. Alright, what did we just do here? Well, let's go ahead here and let's go and test that out. We're going to go ahead and test this guy out here, so copy that and save it. And yes, semicolon. Yes, don't forget your semicolons, guys. It's important. Alright, let's go ahead and run it. Let's see if it actually will work. Oh, yes. Brilliant, brilliant. So, as you can see, we made the board and it worked flawlessly. That's fantastic. Okay, so before we wrap up the video here, just want you to note, you can kind of visualize what we've done, right? So we added some white space here, right? We've got the character, the board variable right here. You can kind of see that again, again, and then you can see these pipes, right? Pipe, 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 and then of course these dashed lines here. You can see them right here, right here, right here. And when you put it all together, it makes a board. And so there you go. So there you go. And so that will wrap up this video for today. If you like what you're seeing so far, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, to subscribe, and comment if you will, please. And yes, please don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so you can see when part 2 of this video comes out as well. We're going to be diving into more of the game mechanics. And yeah, so stay tuned and take care.